everybody, it's Elizabeth from Fern Creek Stickers, and in this video I'm going to set up my January through June volume of my A5 Daily Duo. So this planner, the whole year, comes in two different books. So I have this second one. I've used the first one already, and the second one I don't have anything set up in it yet, so I need to go through and do that. So I'll be doing a few different things today. I'll show you what I have that I'll be using. So I have the Daily Duo itself. I also have this A5 notebook, and you'll see I'm going to be uncoiling both of these so I can add more notes pages to the back. Erin Condren hasn't released like regular A5 notebooks yet, but they've released some special ones. So they do have some design on all the pages, which in general would be kind of nice for a regular notebook. It's not ideal, but I'm going to make it work because I do want more notes pages in the back. Then I have a bunch of stickers. I'll show you more about these as I go through. These I grabbed from inventory. The rest of them are stickers that I made for myself, and I'll show you what those are for as we go through. And then I also have the things that I need to uncoil and recoil the planners, which are big binder clips and a pair of pliers. And then I also have some washi tape that I will probably be pulling in as I do this. So the first thing that I am going to do is uncoil and recoil these babies and add more notes pages to the back. So I will speed you up as I do this, but you can watch the whole process. So that was the uncoiling and recoiling. My binder clip was not big enough with the new notes pages in, so the recoiling was a little tricky, but overall, it still didn't take me that long to do. So I always kind of put off uncoiling and recoiling, but then when I do it, it's not as bad as I thought. The only thing I want to do here is the only thing that gets a little tricky is to recoil it. You really do end up having to trim a little bit of the coil off because it's so bent at the bottom. And I was having trouble getting this bottom one bent back in a way so that it wouldn't impede the pages turning. So what I'm going to do is, we'll see if this works, but I'm going to wrap some washi tape around it to make it a little bit thicker, so hopefully it doesn't come, the pages won't come off at the bottom there. So that is the last thing I'm going to do with this process, and we will see if that will be a good solution or not. We will find out. Okay, that was harder to do than I expected. You can see there's like a little thing of washi tape there. We'll see if that is enough to keep the pages from, yeah, I think that should be enough to keep the pages from slipping off. We'll see if it holds though. I'll see if that's a good solution or not. It's not the prettiest, but it's also not the ugliest, although it didn't matter that I used cute washi tape because it's all wrapped up. There we go. And yeah, I think I mostly kept you in frame while I was doing that. But now let's get to the setup part. So I'm going to go through and I've got a few different things I want to set up. So the first thing is I've made myself a name sticker to put in the front. So I'm going to add that. Then we have these 6 boxes. And I'm going to be totally honest, I have no idea what I'm going to use these for, but I'm going to go ahead and put the months on them. And, you know, maybe I'll figure something out. I have really never used these, except actually the first Erin Condren planner I had, I put my goals in here. But then after that, I've been using the Power Sheets or the Moxie Life planner for my goals. And so I didn't use these boxes, but I'd use the boxes for goal setting in different areas and to have that as a reminder. So we'll see what I do here. Yeah, we'll see what I do here. Who knows? Probably nothing since I don't have a plan for it, but I've got it set up now. Then I have this calendar, and this is where I like to put my academic schedule. So I have these clear stickers. These are from Erin Condren, and a pack of these is going to last me forever because I pretty much only use them on this spread. So I've got, I'll put different stickers down, and I don't need to, like a lot of people have a very complicated schedule and they need to make a key for it. Mine is pretty straightforward because it's not like a elementary school schedule where there's all kinds of different things. Like I know, okay, that's when school starts, and I'll be like, exactly what day does school start? But I'll look and it'll be obvious to me that that is the day that school starts. And then there are no classes for MLK Day there. Then spring break is this week. And in the spring semester especially, there's really not very much to mark. So again, I don't really need a key or anything, but it's handy to know because I am always forgetting, like, wait, what day is spring break? When does the semester end? So I do refer to this quite a bit, and I like having my semester schedule on here. I think that one downside with the Daily Duo that I hope will get fixed next year is I do wish that I had the full year calendar here, because then it's weird because it continues on the back, but it starts with January 2023, but it's like, I'd like the rest of 2022 because it'd be nice to have like the whole year academic calendar. So I do hope that that's something that they fix in the next version, is giving the whole overview. Because again, I know a lot of people, they don't use these calendars, they don't use the calendars on the days, but like I refer to this all the time. I know a lot of people hate it and they want to cover it up, but I use it all the time. So, and then the last day of classes, and that's really all I need because then I know that finals week is the week after that, and I won't be giving any finals. I'll probably have something due then. So that's what I needed to do to get the that set up. So that's really the front matter. So now let's turn to the back, and because this is where I've got a lot of stuff to set up, and you can see I added a good chunk of notes pages, because you can see, oops, I'm out of frame there. You can see the ones at the purple bottom are the notes pages I added. So because I really like having, like, if I'm in a meeting or something, I like not having to bring a separate notebook with, so I can just take notes here. But then I also, you'll see there's a lot of notes pages that I want to set up in the back. The only thing I'm a little worried about is, like, my first half of the year got pretty thick with all the stickers, and I'm already making this kind of thick. So I'm realizing now I probably should have stolen a coil from a 7x9 planner, because I have extra ones since I buy a lot of planners to measure for stickers, and I didn't give them all away this year. So I probably should have stolen, I think the 12-month 7x9 would have been bigger. So I probably should have stolen one of those, and then that would have helped with the issues with the top and the bottom too. So for next time, I may borrow a coil. Okay, so here are the notes pages, and I will start filling these out. I just stopped for a minute because I was hoping, I've got little smaller size note, you know, things that snap into the coil, like bookmarks. and I wanted to put one at the start of the notes pages. I can't find them now, but I have lots of the big rulers, and I'll cut one down so I can have one to mark my current week and one to mark these so I can flip back here pretty quickly. So I've got a bunch of things that I want to make notes pages for, and so I've made myself headers for those, and then I also made myself some like washi to put underneath them, and these are the same width as the bottom washi that I sell, or the same height as the bottom washi that I sell, so you can use regular bottom washi, and I went ahead and made them to size, but you can just trim them down with an X-Acto knife if you want to replicate this. But I went ahead, because I've got this that I'm working with, I went ahead and made a bunch from, this was the Bloom kit, so I made all the patterns into them because they at least kind of coordinate with the purple, so it's not totally off. But the first thing I want to set up are these annual habits, and I think I'm actually going to use some other washi tape, but I forgot, I've got the purple here. Well, that's not too bad. Do I have anything that'll work better with the purple? Okay, yes, I've got this kind of grayish purple washi from Simply Gilded. It's technically Halloween washi. There's little bats in it, but you have to look really carefully to see those. So I'm going to use this washi because it matches better than what I'd planned to use. So let's see how exactly I'm going to do this. I don't know. I'm making this up as I go. So this is, I've never had annual habit trackers before, and so I will probably uncoil this and move it into the second volume of the Daily Duo when that starts. But I wanted to, you'll see I'll be sharing later in January my annual goals, and I had a few things that I wanted to track annually just because I think there is, you know, it is cool to be able to look back over the year and see, especially if, you know, maybe there's weeks that aren't good and you feel kind of discouraged, but you can see the whole year and be like, okay, overall on the whole of it, I did a pretty good job. So annual habits. So I've made these 3 annual habit trackers, and I just made these, like, if you want to replicate this, I made this in Excel. So it's not very fancy. I made it in Excel and then printed it out. So yeah, this is nothing too fancy if you want to make something similar. Let's see, I'll move these down a little bit. Try to line it up with the lines. And I probably won't, because I'll be tracking these daily and monthly, I probably won't like fill them in every day, but I'll try to, in my weekly review every week, I will try to go back and get these filled in. Oops, I did the spacing wrong on them. All right, maybe I should put the other one over here. Oh, and I should say too, the, so I just love the Erin Condren paper, and especially for stickers, it is so easy to pull stickers up on it because it's a really nice heavy paper. And even, so, oops, and now that's not lined up properly. This might take a minute. So I really like the Erin Condren paper for that because it almost never rips when you pull up stickers, and that is really important for me because I do make all my stickers on removable sticker paper so that I can move them around, and it helps to actually have that ability. So that is why I wanted to use the EC notebook. So again, even though it's got this purple on the bottom, I need the EC paper. So that is why I did this, and hopefully Erin Condren this year will release A5 notebooks in a regular size, or in regular notebooks in an A5 size, so that is easier to do next year. Okay, so then I'm going to make a little header out of washi for each of the goals, or each of the habits I'm going to be tracking. Maybe I should have just made that. There's not a lot of space in between. Maybe I should have just gone all the way across, but that's okay. And then, so my first one is writing 1 Pomodoro, or writing at least 1 Pomodoro. And this one, I really only care about doing that on like work days, so I will probably go in and fill in like with a different color on the days that I don't care about writing, because like on weekends, on breaks, I don't expect to write, but I want to write consistently on work days. Then again, you'll see this when I share my goals video, but one of my big goals for the year is to do things that are fun and just for me. So I want to spend at least 30 minutes a day doing just fun stuff for me. So I'm going to track that. And then the last one is spending time with God. And what I do for this, what I do to count this is going to change over the year because I have kind of a habits and routines that I want to build up over the course of the year. So I'll be starting small and building up. So what it will take to fill it in January will be different than in December. But those are the annual habits that I want to track. Now let's go into, I've got a bunch of other things that I want notes pages for. So I'm going to start going through and setting these up. So I'll just put down, oops, I need to put that down a little bit lower. It is hanging off the top there. All right, so the first one is going to be books read. So I have a goal of reading 50 books in 2022. I do track my reading in Goodreads because I like having that, and especially I read a lot of books on my Kindle and it syncs automatically when you start and finish reading a book. But I like having the physical one as well, and especially when I'm talking to people, I always forget, like, you know, oh, have you read anything good lately? And I'm like, oh yeah, I did, but I cannot remember what. So it's nice to have that in my planner, which is on me. And the same thing too, I want to track movies that I watched. And again, it's kind of fun to be able to look back at that at the end of the year. And also if people ask me, have you watched anything good lately? Then series watched as well. And with all these, I'm going to try to like make this as kind of my part of my weekly review to get this stuff updated every week. Then I've got, so we are moving this month into our new house. And so over the coming year, we are going to have a lot of house projects to do. It is a brand new house, but we're going to have a lot of, there's still going to be a lot of stuff that we have to do. Alright, sorry about that, y'all. I am filming 4 videos today and my memory card was full. I forgot to dump stuff in between videos. So I'm back now. So anyway, I was saying it's a new construction house, but there's still going to be a lot of projects and things that we need to do as we get it ready. And then that coordinates, or that goes along with the next page I want to set up, which is house items to buy, because we definitely are going to have a lot of things to purchase, and the challenge with this is obviously kind of spacing things out and figuring out what's most important to buy when. I did inherit some money that we set aside to use for furniture, but even with that, we have a lot of furniture to buy because our new house is like 3 times as big as our current place. So there's some stuff like, you know, we want a dining table that's going to seat 12, and things like that are not cheap. So I want to keep a running list of things as I think of them, because we'll need to kind of prioritize and think about what we want to buy and space out our purchases over the course of the year. Then the next 2 things are related to 2 of my goals. So the first one is I'm trying to work on my wardrobe this year. So similarly, I want to keep a list of clothes that I want to buy, like kind of ideas of like basic pieces, you know, things like a black cardigan or a black jumpsuit or white sneakers. And so I can keep a running list, and again, so I can be looking for stuff when things are on sale, and because this is a project I'm trying to sustain over the course of the year, and as I get my clothing allowance every month, to be able to purchase things to add to my wardrobe. Then I also am working on trying new recipes this year. I do like to cook, and I often am trying new recipes, but I'm not as systematic about it as I'd like, so I kind of have a plan. And part of this too is trying to find some new things that both my husband and I really enjoy. So I'll keep track of the new recipes, and I'll probably kind of give them a star rating here so I can remember what we did and didn't like as much. Then the last thing I have are 2 work-related items. So the first one is, I just like to have a place where I can kind of brain dump things about how my class is going. I'm teaching the same class again next fall, so it's nice to be able to have a place to like things that, like activities that really worked well. It's the way I do my lesson plans, it's hard for me to go put the notes in my lesson plans, so it's nice to have a place here where I can go back and reference this next time I'm teaching the class and thinking about any updates or changes that I want to make, because I am always tweaking my classes every semester. And then the last notes page that I have here is for my role in, I run our grad program, and so there's always stuff for that I want to do. Even my chair was emailing me this morning about a thing that like doesn't need to get done right away, but some paperwork that I should do eventually to make a change. So this way I have a place to brain dump that kind of stuff. So that is, and you can see I still have a lot of notes pages left that I can just use for taking notes on stuff. So that is my planner setup for the next 6 months. So yeah, I've got my name, these boxes that I may or may not use, my calendar, and then a whole bunch of notes pages in the back to be able to keep track of things and brain dump and have ideas. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I also hope that if you have been intimidated about uncoiling and recoiling your planner, that this shows you that it's really not that bad and you can't really hurt anything. And so I hope that was useful to you as well. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you're subscribed. I plan to be uploading videos every Tuesday, Thursday for the foreseeable future, and occasionally a bonus video on Saturdays. So make sure you're subscribed to catch all of those videos. And I will see you again all soon. And happy 2022 and happy new planner time for everyone else who is starting a new planner. Bye everyone.